done this before. Well, darling, can't you see what you done to me? And I ain't gonna hide the way I feel no more. So let's roll all night. We gonna roll until the morning light. Let's roll. Let's roll all night. We gonna roll until the morning light.
Good evening and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. It's the Bluegrass Cup Series here in Atlanta. Ford and Scott's Turf 251. I'm joined alongside BJ and Bryce. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
All right.
Evening, how are you?
Doing good. So tonight's segments are lap 30 and lap number 65. Qualifying now, fixing to go on the track. On the track, in his way on the track. A car number 71 is Cedric Hunter. Cedric Hunter in the 71. Also coming on track, in car number 27 is Jonathan Cogswell. Jonathan Cogswell in car number 71. The 17 machine of Michael Sturgill Jr. Riley Dunn in the 51 and Aaron Smith all making their way out. You look at Riley Dunn there getting loose, coming to the green.
He's He's going for a wild ride there. Hopefully he got that thing stopped before he took the green flag.
You're looking right now, Brandon Zimmerman in car number 20 out on the track. Coming out turn number 4.
Brandon Zimmerman, one of our podium finishers, first week at Talladega. He's going to be looking to have another good finish here tonight, try to work his way back up through the points.
You see Huffman right now on top of the board with a 30.93. Cogswell in the 27th, currently running second. Look at Smith, last week's feature winner, atop the charts with a 30.80.
Aaron Smith, you know, he's got to be happy with that sitting at top of the charts. You know he's also going to want to try to push it even harder. He's already a 10th faster than everybody else. He's got a lap down. He's our current points leader this season, looking to keep up that momentum that he gained from last night, as Cedric Hunter in the 71 is going to knock him off for the time being with a 30.78. See if Aaron Smith can do better this time by. And he does, 30.73.
And his way on the track is Brandon Holder. Brandon Holder, car number 31, going to the top. Or going out to the track, not on top. Aaron Smith, Cedric Hunter, Brandon Zimmerman, Michael Sturgill, and Alex Huffman, your top 5 right now in qualifying. Jason Bridges in the 34. And his way onto the track. 20, I believe it's 26 drivers signed up tonight.
That was indeed the last count that I saw of those top 5 drivers, Steve, that you just mentioned. We have 2 of those drivers currently in the top 3 in points, Aaron Smith and Alex Huffman. Huffman actually has been knocked down to 7th, and Smith has been knocked off the pole by Ellison with a 30.68. Number 77 machine, you see him bringing it to a halt there on pit road.
Riley Dunn, who spun out coming to the green, he managed to get it up there to 4th. As you look at Jason Bridges, there's Mo Abbott in the 48 machine. And Ryan Campbell in the 80.
Steve, if you remember last night, Mo Abbott had a really strong run, a really good race for the majority of the race. In a second to last restart, wrecked it. Coming to the green flag, got loose, spun his tires when he got on the gas. You know he's going to be looking to recover tonight.
Definitely is. Also coming on track, car number 1. It's Scott Fritz. Look at David Farber. He goes 3rd quick in the 84 car. Ellison, Smith, Farber, Dunn, and Hunter, your top 5. Looking at Scott Fritz now coming across the line. Let's see what he puts down.
Scott Fritz's best finish of the season so far in the Cup Series is 13th. He's been strong all season long in the Xfinity Series. Looking to do the same in the Cup Series. He's going to need a good qualifying time down to set the momentum and try to set things his way here tonight.
Kyle Hardy also making his way onto the track in car number 99. Out of turn number 4. Here comes Scott Fritz putting down his time lap. Let's see this time. He's 14th quickest. He's the slowest on the chart right now. But look at Mo Abbott. He's up to 5th in that 48 machine. Also, if you look at practice earlier, you saw Kyle Hardy at top of the charts for a while. Let's see what he could put down as he's coming down. Taking a green flag. Next lap. He might be welling on it down now. Turn number 2 down this back straightaway.
That is for sure. You know he's going to be looking to try to keep up the momentum that he started last week at Texas, coming home in 3rd behind Alex Huffman. He's going to be giving everything he's got again here tonight. Very similar tracks to Texas, what we had last week. Texas to Atlanta. So that could play into his favor here tonight.
Kyle Hardy right now 15th on the board. Your top 5 still look like this. Ellison, Smith, Farmer, Dunn, and Abbott.
Even though you said that these tracks are shaped similar, they are no mean drive the same at all. This rough and abrasive version of Atlanta here on iRacing is extremely taxing on these tires, and I'm really excited to see how these next gen Cup cars, their tires, really have, or the fall off they're going to have. There you go. There's the words.
Well, in ninth is Kyle Hardy. Looking at him. Qualifies ninth. He's backing it down on the back straightaway there. So far, 15 cars have timed in tonight for the Scotts Turf 251, the Bluegrass Cup Series.
Well, we have a short break in the action. Taking a look at what we've got going tonight. We got 2 chances for drivers to take home those all-important playoff bonus points, as well as the stage win points, lap number 30 and lap number 65. Remember, the winner of that stage gets 10 points on the season and 1 all-important playoff point, as well as on down through all the way down to 10th place will receive points, working their way down 10th, gaining 1 point. Pulling out on track right now is the 30 of Ryan Patty. Steve, it almost looks like that car's got 2 numbers on the side of it.
It definitely does, but it doesn't. Nationwide is on your side. Ryan Patty coming on the back straightaway. Getting up to speed there.
I haven't seen Nationwide on a car since Dale Jr. had it.
It has been quite a while. The NASCAR Nationwide Series was the last time it was on a car.
Let's see what kind of lap Ryan puts down as he comes out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He's looking to be the 16th driver to qualify again tonight. Up against that wall on turn number 3. I believe he might have made contact there with the wall. Out of turn number 4. Let's look and see if this lap counts. If it does, we know he didn't. If it don't count, we know he did make contact. And right now, it's showing that lap did not count for Ryan Patty.
Hopefully he hit the wall that much, and he's able to keep that fender straight here and finish out this lap strong.
That car looked loose coming out turn number 2, but he's keeping it down low in 3 and 4 on the exit turn number 4. Let's see what the second lap will provide in time for Ryan. 7th quickest. How about that? What a good recovery.
Definitely a very good recovery. Right now, Ryan Patty makes 16 of our 26 drivers to put down a lap. Our top 5 right now still sits Gabriel Ellison with a 30.69, Aaron Smith with a 30.74, David Farmer with a 30.76. Tied with him in 4th is Riley Dunn, also with 30.76, and then Mo Abbott with a 30.78. Still waiting to see if our last 10 drivers are going to put down a lap time.
Well, out of the 10 drivers that are left, go ahead and tell us the drivers that will not be qualifying, Bryce.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have 7 drivers out of the 10 left who would not be making a lap tonight due to either late payments or probations. Steve Tucker, Justin Winters, Matt Grenier, Chris Blanchard, Greg Carrico, Brian Terry, and Garrett Pick will not be taking laps tonight and will be starting in the rear.
All right, qualifying is over with. Ellison, Smith, Farber, Dunn, and Abbott, your top 5. Here is tonight's starting lineup for the Scotts Turf 250 on the pole. Car number 77 is Gabriel Ellison to his outside. And the Satellite Racing Team, car number 7 is Aaron Smith.
Inside row number 2 in the 84 machine, that's going to be David Farmer to his outside from the Church of Nuggets. That's going to be the 51 of Riley Dunn.
Starting 5th place tonight, we got the 48 of Mo Abbott, and then starting 6th, we got the 71 machine of Cedric Hunter.
Your 4th row tonight, he hails from New England, and car number 30 is Ryan Patty. And to the south side, the Glove Box Motorsports car number 8, it's Ryan Campbell.
Inside row number 5, it's going to be the 20 from Lucky Ducks, Brandon Zimmerman. And to his outside, the 99 of Kyle Hardy.
From the US of A, we got the 17 of Michael Sturgill Jr. in the starting 11th. And then from Glove Box Motorsports, number 31, we got Brandon Holder starting 12th.
Row number 7 will look like this. The high side hustler, car number 34. It's Jason Bridges. And to his outside, into car number 4 is Alex Huffman.
Row number 8, we got the T-Berry Motorsports number 1, Scott Fritz on the inside. To his outside from Indiana, it's the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell.
In row number 9, we got the 8 machine of Mikey Neal Jr. and then the 88 machine of Justin Winters.
Row number 10 is Matt Grenier and Team New England, car number 15 to his outside. And car number 18 is Gregory Arico.
Inside row number 11 from Misfit Motorsports, it's the 19 of Chris Blanchard. And from Texas Family Racing, the 24 of Steve Tucker on his outside.
And starting 23rd and driving the number 13 machine, we got Brian Terry. And then Landon Huffman in the 40, starting 24th.
And rounding out your field be Garrett Pick from Matthew Beeman driving, car number 44. And Joey Doucette in the Misfits Motorsports, the Swim Motorsports, car number 26. Joey Doucette. Da-da-da-da.
Steve, we got a lot of things to look forward to tonight. Aaron Smith starting outside pole. He is our current points leader. And then all the way back, starting tailback on the inside, Landon Huffman sitting second. He's got a lot of work ahead of him tonight if he's going to have any shot at getting up there with Aaron Smith tonight.
Definitely we do. Lights are out. Barney, the iRacing flagman, looking to throw that green on the front straightaway. That makes... You know, Bryce, I'm going to tell you this. If your mama named you Barney, would you be upset?
Man, that's kind of a hard question. There's so many games you can play with that. But honestly, I might be a little upset. But, I mean, I'll have fun with it. I don't know about you, but I will.
I'd have to go by the nickname Fife. I'm from West Virginia, so is Barney Fife. I'd have to go by the nickname Fife.
Well, as we had
as long
talked,
as dinosaurs attached to my name, I'll be okay.
the pace car makes a left-hand turn. The field's in the hands of Gabriel Ellison and Aaron Smith. We're racing here in Atlanta for the Scotts Turfs 251. Side by side going in to turn number 1 there. They look pretty even. Ellison starting to nudge away out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. But look at Smith battle back on the high side. Cars behind him have gone single file for 3rd and 4th. That's Farmer and Dunn. Then you got Hunter and Abbott, 5th and 6th. As Smith continues to lead out of turn number 4. What will Ellison do? Give it to Smith on lap number 1.
Steve, we saw it last night in the Xfinity Series. The top side was the dominant side of the track the majority of the race. You saw it work there for Smith through turns number 3 and 4. Smith's now going to move to the inside. He has a car length lead over the 77 of Ellison there behind him. Those two drivers now starting to pull away from the rest of the field behind them. Those drivers, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and even 6th now starting to single file out, trying to work their way up there. We do still have battle going on for 6th and 7th right there, it looks like.
Absolutely, these drivers right now, they are fighting a very loose race car. These cars are going to get tighter as the run goes, but man, they're driving the wheels off this car right now.
Well, we saw good racing Monday night with the Truck Series. Last night, we saw a couple of restarts where the inside line just was not taken off. In fact, I believe we saw Mo Abbott. I believe that was him, right? Spun his tires, BJ?
Yes, it was the 48 of Mo Abbott. The second to last restart, he was starting on the inside front row in 2nd place. Brad Neer chose the outside for the restart and was able to take off from him. Abbott just trying to keep up with the... No, it wasn't Neer. It was the 971. Maurer was trying to... Maurer. And he just spun his tires. Maurer was shooting off like a rocket every restart, and it just come to bite Mo Abbott in the rear last night.
Well, right now we're looking at 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. Kyle Hardy in the 11th spot right there. He was quick during practice, but right now he's in 11th, working that bottom side.
The outside already starting to show the strength that it showed last night. Drivers running the inside are starting to struggle, starting to fall back a little bit more. As I say that, the 30 of Ryan Patty proves me wrong right there. Makes a pass on the inside of the number 71 of Cedric Hunter. A lot of different lanes being used, a lot of different strategies already coming into play, whether or not these guys want to wear their right rears or right front of their cars, run the inside or the outside right now. You gotta wonder how long, Bryce, how long can they handle these tires on this rough track?
From experience last night, they did not last long. I know these are different tire widths and different tire compounds, but they did not last long at all. You were either burning up if you get higher at the track, you're burning up more of your right front. If you're down lower toward the apron, you're burning more of your right rear. But as long as you're saving your tires, it doesn't. You'll make speed and you'll make progress, but you have to really take care of your stuff.
Well, you look at right now, Smith Ellison. They put a little gap on Riley Dunn, who's currently running third. Then there's a gap behind him, and that's David Farmer and Ryan Patty are top 5. And this is what we're going to do now. We're going to crank it up for a lap. Aaron Smith continues to lead on lap number 9 here in Atlanta. Some very good races so far. BJ, you gotta wonder, when do you think pit stops are going to happen? When's the strategies are going to start playing out now? Or when are they going to start playing out? Not now, but when?
Well, these guys, we already know we have a stage break on lap number 30. The majority of these guys, I expect to try to save their fuel, not push the car, save the fuel, save their tires, and try to make it all the way to the first stage there on lap 30 and see just what kind of a car they've got late run. Some of these guys might not have practiced a later run, so that first stage is going to be a good chance for them to get a feel for it on those late tires, on those really worn tires, and see just what kind of a fuel run they can get.
And you're going to want tires before you're going to run out of fuel. I can tell you that from experience right now.
Let him run out of fuel.
Not recommended, but if you want to go for it, go right ahead. Be my guest.
As 10 laps are in the books on lap number 11 right now of 167. Aaron Smith continues to lead. Gabriel Ellison, Ryan Dunn, David Farmer, and Ryan Patty are top 5 here in Atlanta.
Aaron Smith showing the way right now, showing why he is the points leader. Both front 2 drivers had a really good side-by-side start. Ellison had the advantage, but going into turn number 1, running the high side, Aaron Smith was able to maintain the momentum. That high side being the longer way around the track, but you're able to maintain speed a little bit more, played into Aaron Smith's favor on those colder tires. He was able to keep the momentum and have a harder charge down the straightaways to get past Ellison. Right now, looking on back at the 48 of Mo Abbott. He's battling to the outside of the 30 car. That is, I've lost track of the 30 car. That is Ryan Patty back there. That is a battle for 30th, 7th, and 6th right there.
Absolutely. While I'm watching Ryan Patty here in my POV the last couple laps, he is sticking to that bottom groove, but he is getting really loose on exit, as we saw right there. That's a big save by the 30.
Good save for Ryan Patty as he's fallen back a little bit. He's fallen back to the 11th spot, battling with Alex Upman. A little further back in the field, you see Justin Winters in the 88 machine. He's battling the 34 of Jason Bridges. And then there's even further back, currently running 21st, is Matt Grenier in the 15 machine. But meanwhile, back up front, lap number 14, Smith is cruising here at Atlanta, going into turn number 3 with Ellison in his hip pocket. That 77 machine. A little further back, you see Riley Dunn. He's starting to fall off a little bit. Now look at Cedric Hunter. He takes over that 4th position over David Farmer.
David Farmer in the 84 machine. Steve, I've lost the feed again.
David Farmer currently running in that 5th place. Right now has a top 5.
We're safe. That was on my end that time. David Farmer with a good run with him with 5th place right now, as you already mentioned, Steve. His best finish this season, if I can find it, he doesn't have any top 5s yet this season, so this could be a really good run for him as he's already sitting up there right now.
Well, Riley Dunn looking to the outside. Oh, Nelly. He's off-road track, and that's David Farmer farming the infield grass as he makes his way back onto the surface, the racing surface there, keeping it down low. Good save there for David Farmer. I don't know if you're going to make any money farming the grass right there.
Well, his best finish this season is, I just had it there, it is 16th. But I hope I didn't jinx him there, because I was just talking about he was fixing to have his best finish.
You might have with the Caster's Curse there, but one thing these cars have, they have that lifted front end splitter there. So when he went through the grass there on the old Gen 6 cars, that would have caused some significant damage. So he got lucky that we're in this next gen cars going to do that grass.
As we're right on board with Ryan Campbell, currently running in that 6th position. You see the battle there. Look at Riley Smith on the outside in the 51. Mo Abbott and Ryan Campbell trying to make some moves as Mo Abbott made it. Pat now in 4th place. Riley Dunn tries to battle back in that 5th position.
Not a lot of big moves here tonight. Ryan Campbell is up 1 spot, however, from the start of this race, sitting in 7th right now. He's currently sitting right outside the top 3 in points, sitting in 4th. He's going to be looking for a good finish here tonight. A lot of drivers are going to be looking for a good finish, trying to make up those points. Right now, Steve, I'd have to say I'd be looking for that playoff point and for those stage breaks to try to make up some ground.
Well, I will tell you this. We have 10 laps to go for our first stage break. And Aaron Smith has a incredible lead over Gabriel Ellison and Cedric Hunter, who's currently running 3rd.
Aaron Smith right now in the 70 machine, he is running on rails right now. I've watched his laps consistently. He is pulling away from Gabriel Ellison.
He is up to nearly a half a second over Gabriel Ellison. Still within the sights of Ellison, but with only 9 laps to go this time around. 10 laps to go right now as I head down the back straightaway. When it hits a stripe, it'll be 9 to go.
As you can hear, BJ, him letting off the gas when he gets into the turn. Is he saving to make it to lap 30?
You know, I definitely, if I was in his shoes, I definitely would. I don't know that these cars would be able to run it. You know, you see Ellison a little bit further back. He's running the high side. It's a longer way around the track. It's going to use more fuel. I am very interested in seeing just how long these guys can make it on fuel. It's not looking as though anybody's looking towards a pit stop anytime soon, though. So I definitely said everybody out there's probably saving right now, trying to make their way all the way there.
Absolutely, but you also have to take into consideration too that with this track you do have to lift off the throttle to make these turns. You know, these turns that might look long and sweepy, man, they can bite you in the butt anytime if you get on the accelerator too soon or you let off the throttle way too late.
Been there, done that.
Well, we're on lap number 23. Aaron Smith continues to lead. Ellison, Hunter, Abbott, Sturgill is your top 5. Then you got Campbell, Dunn, Holder, Huffman, and Hardy, your top 10. As they come to complete lap number 23, there's Kyle Hardy. Oh, look at Ryan Patty there. He was loose coming out turn number 4.
He was very loose. Patty has been struggling with that car. He was running the inside earlier, and coming off of the corner, he was getting very squirrely on exits, and now he's moved up the track a little bit, but it looks like he is still fighting that car, maybe getting on the throttle a little bit too quickly. Another thing these guys really have to watch out for is these cars, as Bryce mentioned earlier, these cars on entry of the turns, if these guys let off the throttle too late in the turns, it'll drop the nose of that car and take the weight off the rear end and allow that rear end to go out from under them. Makes it very, very hard in these cars to recover them.
Absolutely. Another thing, too, when you bang that splitter on the ground, it has to do one of two things and go to the wall, like BJ said, or it can get really tight and shoot your front end up to the wall as well. So it's very unpredictable on what you can do if you let the throttle brake too late.
Well, we're watching right now. Jason Bridges in 34. Gregory Garico there in 17th. And battling with Justin Winters in the 88 machine. Winters to the inside. He will take over 17th position. That's a nice looking car there for Justin Winters.
It definitely is. Looks like he got away from that GoDaddy looking car, that green and orange one that he runs in the Xfinity. And I am quite liking that car. Not real sure what it says on the side there.
The invested. I almost said, like, it almost looks like it says the invested. I better watch it. Hold on.
Well, now.
I thought it said Brat, but I don't think it's Brat. Barn brand, it's something. It's hard to read. The invested. I don't know. We gotta ask them.
I'm gonna cheat. I'll tell you in a second. It says the invested brand.
All right. Smith continues to lead here on lap number 28. There's Gabriel Ellison in second and Cedric Hunter in third. Mo Abbott and Ryan Campbell, your top 5. Smith doing a good job trying to pick up where he left off last weekend with that win. We got 1 lap or 2 laps until stage break.
Yeah, I thought maybe it would come down to the wires. Gabriel Ellison had started regaining on Smith there for a little while. We had it down to 0.3 of a second, but we're now back up to a half a second gap. That everybody getting spread out. You see Mo Abbott there in 4th. He's way back from 3rd place of Cedric Hunter, and the top 3 have about 5 car lengths in between each of them. The last few laps back by, you see it there on your screen now. Gabriel Ellison was actually quicker. That last lap by, Smith was able to take it back by less than half a tenth there. These drivers running very close time still.
And that is still with Aaron Smith running in clean air as well, so they'll take that in consideration too.
Well, your top 3, you can see them on the screen right now as they come out turn number 4. We're here to complete lap number 30.
Caution flag, there it is. Caution flag waving on the stage. That is stage number 1 completed. Your top 10. Aaron Smith, Gabriel Ellison, Cedric Hunter, Mo Abbott, Ryan Campbell, Michael Sturgill, Brandon Holder, Mikey Neal, Riley Dunn, and Alex Huffman rounding out the top 10 and getting those all-important stage points. And Aaron Smith getting those 10 stage points as well as that 1 playoff point. Steve, he's putting on a clinic here tonight, showing why he is the points leader and securing that lead even more.
Yes, he is. Well, it's stage break time. These drivers are fixing to make some pit stops. Let's go ahead and thank these sponsors for the Bluegrass iRacing Series: Roasted Jim's Coffee, Kinder Performance, Butt Kicker, Blanchard's Towing, Huffman Performance, and Nitro Racing. Oh, there we go.
I am not seeing Aaron Smith on comms tonight, so it does not look as though we're going to be able to get an interview with him in this race, unless he comes over for an interview.
Well, we look right now. Aaron Smith pulling down pit road. There's Ellison. You would have thought Ellison had been in his hip pocket there coming down pit road. That way of maybe if he had a good stop, he can pass him. I mean,
Well, a lot of these drivers right now are on the radio saying they are out of fuel. So that's probably playing consideration as well why people are so entering pit road so stagnant right now.
what did I say earlier?
I don't remember, Steve.
Well, you're both
Steve, you were
fired.
right.
You're both fired.
You're right, Steve. They needed to save fuel, and they did until the stage and ran out the lap coming to the pit. So it's kind of a some people get EOL, some people were able to make it. So I mean, it was a guessing call and a strategy call. Some of them worked out, some of them didn't. So that's part of it.
You know, the one driver that does surprise me that was able to roll into pit road just fine, obviously was going to be the number 70 of Aaron Smith. He's going to retain the lead coming out of the pits. Being able to stay ahead of Ellison on the entry by so much really helped him get out of the pit ahead of Ellison as well. But you know, he didn't have anybody to draft. He didn't have any opportunity really to save fuel using the rear bumper of another car. That's something impressive and something to think about with Aaron Smith being able to take the stage win and make it to pit road under his own power with no problems.
Well, Justin Winters, the 88, you know, the invested brand. That is an investment company. That's what Sarah's saying. So, nice looking car, for sure.
Probably is one of the better looking cars in this field. I honestly believe that.
I don't know. I'm a really big fan of the banana yellow number 70.
They don't have anything on it.
No, it doesn't, but it's Aaron Smith iconic. Every time I've ever seen Aaron Smith for the last 3 years I've been on iRacing, it's always been that solid banana yellow number 70. It has never changed.
Well, at least now you know if you see him, it's his.
That's true. You know, it kind of reminds me of a sprint car driver. We talk about yellow. Oh. Now I thought I was just going to say it. I can't think of his name.
Uh-oh.
He was a pro
Did you hate when
driver.
that
I do. And I had it, and then when I was the sprint car driver, boom, gone. Either way.
Pro driver on iRacing or pro driver?
He used to be a pro driver on iRacing. He had a yellow car. He had a brother that raced too. But he had a yellow sprint car.
Cabrera.
No.
One of the Cabrera brothers, wasn't it?
No, you're fired.
Ah.
I know nothing about dirt drivers, so this is all you two.
I swear I think Cole Cabrera had a yellow car too, but I could be wrong.
Speaking of, well, he did. But speaking of, lights are out of the pace car. But tomorrow night, speaking of dirt, the Bluegrass, late models, $25 entry fee, $500 going to the winner. Live here on Ultimate Dirt TV at Port Royal. Something you don't want to miss. 8 o'clock Central, 9 p.m. Eastern.
That will be an awesome event. It's always good to have Bluegrass put on these money races. But back to our race here. You know how last night the bottom line was having trouble on these restarts? Well, our leader, number 70 of Aaron Smith, picked the bottom line for the restart here. So I wonder if he's going to have tire spin or he's going to launch fine. We're bound to find out either way.
That's true. And John Bradley says, occasionally Aaron runs the J.D. McDuffie throwback car, paint scheme car. So, there you go.
Well. Pace car making that hard left-hand turn right there down into pit road. Fields in the hands of Aaron Smith. Aaron, no problems whatsoever getting off the line. Gets out to a 2-car length lead right off the bat before even making it out of the quadruple there, front straightaway.
Look at Aaron pulled away from Cedric Hunter in that second spot. Gabriel Ellison falling back to third. Then you have Michael Sturgill Jr. and Ryan Campbell, your top 5. Mo Abbott, Mikey Neal, Brandon Zimmerman, and Kyle Hardy and Steve Tucker, your top 10. The 71 is Cedric Hunter working that low line. The 77 to Ellison in third. Look, 2x2. That's going to be Sturgill and Mikey Neal side by side. And as you look at Mo Abbott there, he's just kind of hanging out, waiting for them to make a move.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he's waiting for a mistake there. Sturgill's been quiet the majority of the night. He's up 6 spots to the good, sitting there on the outside. Abbott's not. Nope, that's not Abbott. That is Campbell there on the inside of Sturgill. Looked like he was going to be able to make it, but not quite. Ellison and Sturgill on the outside row definitely making it work. The outside, once again, Steve, starting to look like it's becoming the dominant line like we saw last night in the Xfinity Series. Doing the same thing here tonight.
Yes, they are. As Hunter's fallen back to fourth under heavy pressure with Campbell in the 80 machine. Now Campbell takes over the 4th position as Hunter falls back to 5th. Mo Abbott currently running 6th. Mikey Neal Jr. in the 8 machine currently running 7th. There's Steve Tucker in the 24. But while these drivers are getting their way, getting the spots, look at Aaron Smith. He's out front. He has about a 3-car length advantage over Gabriel Ellison.
That Gabriel Ellison will just not go away. Even when they were battling for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right there when they were 2x2, Aaron Smith did not pull away like I was expecting him to. I was expecting him to pull away there and get a good gap on him, but Gabriel Ellison was able to break that 2x2 and catch Aaron Smith, and now down to almost a 10th of a second.
Yeah, that gap between those two shrinking drastically. As we say that, Aaron Smith gets a good run off of turn number 2 right there and down the back straightaway. Ellison following right in his footsteps, though. Almost like those two are what they call them, slot cars. Just going in a straight line, perfectly straight, sticking right with each other, starting to pull away from the rest of the pack now, it looks like. Along with taking Ryan Campbell right along with them.
Right now, you're looking at Brandon Holder in the 30 machine. He's battling with a 31, or with the 30 of Ryan Patty. Holder is in the 31. Patty getting alongside of Huffman there as they come out of turn number 4 down the little quad over, tri-oval, whatever you want to call that thing. I heard dog leg. I've heard it. What do you want to call it?
This Texas Motor Speedway Charlotte are quad ovals. It's honestly stupid, the different definitions they have, but yeah, quad ovals. As we got contact between the 30 of Ryan Patty and the 4 of Alex Huffman right there.
A little bit of contact, no harm, no foul, though. It's going to allow Huffman to break away from Patty. Patty's now under attack from the 31 of Brandon Holder. But Huffman, he's our runner-up last week at Texas. He's looking to try to make his way forward. He's currently sitting 3 spots to the good right now in 11th position. He's still not able to get away from the 31 and the 84 right there behind him.
Well, you look a little further back, there's Jason Bridges in the 34 and Gregory Carico in the 18. They're battling for 17th and 18th on the board. Scott Fritz currently running 19th. There's Matt Grenier. Chris Blanchard there in 21st. Kyle Hardy in 22nd. And there is Brian Terry currently running 23rd on the field. But making your way back up front, you look at Gabriel Ellison. He's closed that gap on your race leader, Aaron Smith. And actually, the top 7 have.
Yeah, Aaron Smith has definitely slowed down. You can't help but wonder he's got 5 more laps this stage than what he had the last stage. Granted, most of those did end up being under yellow from lap 30 to lap 35. Was all under yellow from the stage break. you can't help but wonder if Aaron Smith is looking at how the stage ended up last time around, and he's backing off now to try to save that fuel to try to make it all the way this time.
If he's willing to save that, that is amazing. This is 5 more laps attached to this stage behind the next one, or behind the last stage we just had. He's going to have to really start saving here, but I honestly starting to think here that Gabriel Ellison might be a little bit tad faster than Aaron Smith here.
Well, you know what I say? May the last one push you to the line wins, okay?
May the last sputterer across the line.
As there is the lap times on the board there. For Smith, there's Ellison. He was slower in lap 45 and 46. He was quickest on lap 44 there. As they come down the back straightaway. On lap number 47, Smith, Ellison, Sturgill, and Abbott and Campbell, your top 5 here in Atlanta. You're watching the Scott's Turf 251 live on Ultimate Dirt TV. And this is a question for you. You know, Bryce, you race in the league. Do you have your iRacing Companion app?
Man, I do not. I need to download it. Heard it's pretty good.
It's definitely pretty good. If you're involved in the league, download the iRacing Companion app. And it'll give you the driver stats, the results, the whole 9 yards. Whatever you want to know, it's on there. You have it on your phone. Pretty neat. Something to look into. As we're on lap number 49, the completion of lap 48 just done. As Smith continues to lead.
Speaking on that app, you said it has everything on it I need. Does it have luck by chance?
If you, it could. I mean, you know, don't tap it too hard. That's all I can tell you. Don't drop the phone.
Aaron Smith now starting to pull away from Ellison once again. I do feel like watching this change in pace from Aaron Smith, like he's getting that gap from Ellison, then he's saving his fuel, saving his tires a little bit.
Oh, contact!
Oh, no.
Ryan Campbell around on the back straightaway.
Ryan Campbell and Mo Abbott involved in that one. Looks like Mo Abbott's running the high side.
Looks like just ran out of Rube. With Campbell barely came up just a tad bit, BJ, and pinched Mo Abbott into the wall after making contact, and around goes Ryan Campbell. We'll take a different approach of it. See if we can see.
Does definitely look like he slides up across them.
Yeah, looks like Ryan Campbell in the 80 machine might have got a little tight on the exit there, pinched the 48 into the wall. Jason Collins, our league admin, is not in the session at the moment, so I don't know who exactly is running race control to find the verdict on this accident. But we're looking to find that out right now.
And Ryan Campbell does, in fact, claim the caution, takes credit for it himself. But, man, Steve, Mo Abbott had a rough night last night. Looks as though it's continuing on for him tonight.
Well, as we see right now, Aaron Smith, that's going to help out the fuel strategy a little bit, you would think. Because we know they go to lap 30, and they run out. Most of them ran out of fuel.
Yeah, it's definitely a big benefactor for these drivers to be able to go down and get fuel, but at the same time, just being at pace speed rather than at race speed is going to allow them to save fuel, and this could make the big difference in order to make it all the way from stage to stage on fuel without pitting. But tires are also going to be another factor. The drivers that are going to be pitting here on this stage and taking tires, they're going to have a big advantage over those that are just trying to make it from stage to stage.
My curiosity here, are these drivers going to come down pit road? they're all going to come down pit road and at least get fuel because they're not going to make it if they don't. But
They're taking my advice.
it looks like it. My question is, when they come down pit road next, are they going to have to save a set of tires, or are they going to have enough sets of sticker tires to get to the end of this race? Me personally, I don't think that's the case. I think they're going to have to save a set here, and I believe this might be the set they save as long as they come down and get fuel.
I'll use them all up. It's okay. It's just rubber.
That's right. They make it every day.
Expensive rubber, but yeah.
Yeah, they make it every day. It's all good, but I'm gonna have to disagree with you on these guys coming down for fuel. If they were coming down, they should have came down last stop.
Uh-oh. Why is it doing that? Let's see here.
We just lost all of the cars.
Yeah, give us just a second here. I'm glad it's doing it on.
Under caution, yeah.
Yeah.
But while Steve works on that, unless he throws us to a commercial, but what I was saying though, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that, Bryce. I think the fuel strategy is playing in, as Steve was saying. I think they're gonna be okay on fuel now with this pit stop being at pace speed instead of race speed.
All right, we're gonna be right
back.
It
does look like the server is dropping. Everyone is now dropping due to packet loss. We have lost the server.
Yep, I have been kicked out of it as well.
All right, so we're having technical issues with the server, so let's find out what's going on. We'll be right back after these commercials. Did everybody get kicked out? Oh, Lord.
My voice went away all at once. I fucking went into a topic fit, and then you start talking. I'm like, thank God somebody picked it up. I don't know if you heard it, but like literally, like mid-word, like, yeah. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm still in the session here watching.
It did it last night, too, for some reason.
There's servers dropping. Look at Irish Twitter. There was servers dropping all day today, so there was like different servers around the world. So there is supposed to be a server update. Whatever the little patches that they're doing, I think it's tomorrow. There's supposed to be a server update with it, like they're updating the servers themselves. So like where you could normally go in and like test drive vehicles you don't own and different shit like that during their little patchwork and shit. I don't think you're even going to be able to do that. Yeah, but I do think whoever's going to add to the match, but back up to the last year, that's nothing to do with them, but no controversy. Yeah, I think they're a green flag right now. Seriously. Yeah, they're a green flag right now. If it were me and that many drivers dropped out,
Did that mean drop out? Got it back loaded in. Caution back underneath the track. And why don't you tell us what happened?
Well, the field did end up taking the green, even with the issues of the server. There was just an accident on the track. I'm going back on my own accord here. Looks like you might have it up on screen right now. The field did take the green flag with 6 people who were dropped from the servers. Don't know if our league admin was in here, if that would have been taken care of differently, but it does happen. There was another incident on the backstretch as well. Trying to figure out. There it is. Looks like the 24 came up into the 30 and spun into the wall. So interesting start there. It was a good racing there. We had a bunch of 3 wide action, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Didn't really miss a whole lot. So there you go. There, you're caught up.
3 wide there. You see it. The 24. I don't know. The 30 might have came down just a tad bit. Let's just...
You have an aerial view or a cockpit view?
Let's see here. Hold on.
Race Control did come back and say that the 30 did try to force the 3 wide there and turn the 24 into the wall. The 34 did receive a EOL.
All right.
And looking between, just talking on my iRacing deal here, looking you guys might have lost connection again. Is that true?
That's what it's looking like. Let's see.
Yep, I got kicked out again.
Yeah. Yep, it says server closing. Well, let's do this. Why don't you go ahead and tell them what's going on? We'll go ahead and restart the server one more time or reload into it.
All right. I can do that for you. The field right now is still running under caution. No one right now has came down pit road. We got one who was involved in the incident has came down pit road as well. We still have people reconnecting. Everyone that had dropped previous did drop again. We are now going to, looks like 1 to green. The 70 of Aaron Smith did take the inside line. We have Cedric Hunter of the 71 taking the outside line. So I can't really tell. Yeah, pace car lights are out. We will be going green this time by. Trying to get in contact with Race Control to figure out what the plan is here, and trying to tell them that our my 2 broadcasting partners keep disconnecting from the server. Luckily, I am able to stay in it and bring you by to the action until they get the system back up and running here. iRacing right now is going through updates. They are a European-based company, so all the times are over in the UK. So all the times are listed on the UIR. So we don't know. I don't know what time it is in the UK right now, but they could be shutting down servers due to that time. And as it's like we are taking the 1 to green this time by, that was my mistake. It was still under caution here. The field is starting to grid up 2 by 2. Aaron Smith did end up taking the inside line. Cedric Hunter took the outside line, followed by Gabriel Ellison taking the inside line as well. And it's like Mikey Neal is on the outside of road number 2.
A little bit of interesting stuff for everybody to get to see a little bit of what goes on behind the scenes.
Give it just a minute. The ticker will start working. As trading paints will start to kick in, you see the cars going white back to their paint schemes.
It's the beauty of technology, people. This is what we're gonna be like for the next couple weeks, unfortunately, with the working out the bugs on season 3 here, and it's a big massive build they had here. So working out the bugs looks like.
All right, the pace car looking to pull off. Here we go. Aaron Smith bringing us back to the green. Barney, the flagman, is waving that green flag as we're on lap number 62. At 65 will be the second segment of tonight. Scott Turf 251. Good restart there for Smith. There is Ellison on the inside of Hunter. Hunter in second right now. Ellison to the inside, battling side by side. That's a battle for second. The 8 machine of Mikey Neal Jr. up 13 spots. Now trying to take over that third position from Gabriel Ellison.
And that is what Aaron Smith in 70 car wants to see behind him. He wants to see these cars battling so he can pull away and extend his lead.
Definitely, when you see some drivers battling, you know that's it. Plays a favor in your hand. As we're on lap number 63, down the back straightaway, you see Alex Huffman there in that 5th spot, looking to the inside of Gabriel Ellison. Mikey Neal Jr. currently sitting third, running that bottom line out of turn number 4, down the quad oval.
Ellison sat in second the majority of this race, falling back to fourth. Now it's top 5 all single filed out. See some drivers still trying to work that high side, some still trying to work the lower side. Cedric Hunter right now seems to have the run, have the speed. The last time by was just a hair faster than Aaron Smith. Just 2 laps to go. 1 lap to go this time by when he reached the stripe for the stage break. Aaron Smith still leading the way. Cedric Hunter looking to take second this time on the stage. Got to move right now for that 5th position. And the caution flag waves once again.
So they're going to call that their stage break right there.
Yeah, they did throw the stage. They threw it a lap too soon.
And the race control is going to have some interesting thoughts here when it comes down to the dropping from the server. The race control is in communications right now about allowing those cars that were a lap down to regain their laps back and come back on the lead lap.
So with that, that is going to wrap up the stage while everybody tries to figure that one out. Aaron Smith's going to come home with yet another stage win, securing that points lead just that much more and taking home yet another playoff point on the season. Cedric Hunter second, Mikey Neal third, Gabriel Ellison fourth, Michael Sturgill Jr. fifth, Alex Huffman sixth. Mo Abbott is, after that incident that happened earlier, he's going to bring the stage home in seventh. David Farmer eighth, after he had a little mishap down through the infield earlier in the race. Brandon Zimmerman ninth, and Brandon Holder getting that 10th and final stage point. Everybody heading down pit road now. Going to get those tires and top off their fuel here.
Well, the overlays are working again. We brought it back to full screen. As you see, the drivers making it down pit road. Gabriel Ellison in that first pit stall. There you see Aaron Smith in the second. Then the 84 Fred Farmer. He's currently in that third pit stall. But look at Ryan Patty first out on the track.
Ryan Patty looks like he only took fuel with only a 5.7 second pit stop. He only took fuel on that one there. It's going to allow him to get up there. But he's going to be on older tires than everybody else is very quickly. Those drivers are going to be coming back by him. Drivers that did not pit are going to be that of Michael Sturgill Jr., Jonathan Cogswell, Steve Tucker, and Ryan Patty. Those drivers are going to be in the top four. Ryan Patty did pit. Those 3 drivers are going to be your top 3 that did not pit. Scott Fritz, with that, he only took fuel as well. He's going to be up there in your 5th position now after that pit cycle.
Well, there's Fritz in 5th. Did he take tires?
He did not. Fritz only took fuel as well. He also has a 5.7 second pit stop.
Yeah, these top 5 drivers got the first car with fresh sets of tires in number 6, or in 6th position. That's the 70, our stage winner of Aaron Smith. And these top 5 drivers, they are sitting ducks when we go green flag racing again.
Well, they took my advice. Let the rubber burn, baby.
Boy, they did. And I don't know if it's going to work out for them, but they did.
Burn, baby, burn.
Tell you what, from the drink from last night, man, this track does burn up your tire. I think my first set of tires last night were 350, 375. So I was cooking it, and I paid the price for it.
Oh, we noticed.
Yeah. I'm sure you did with my terrible luck I've had this season.
Yep, we was just wanting to know what you were racing in your fire seat.
Only if I had one.
So looking down through the field, we got Mo Abbott. He went back down pit road for a second time. He's trying to get some repairs done to that machine after that incident that put him up into the wall earlier. Aaron Smith taking a second stop down pit road as well. Not something I was expecting to see. I wonder if he changed his mind about something he did on the car, or exactly what he's doing here. Maybe sped on pit road. Not entirely sure, but all the way down through our top 21 drivers are still on the lead lap for 22nd.
Well, do you think maybe topped up just a little bit there? Maybe go a little bit longer?
Even though we don't
Hard to
normally
say.
see that on a mile and a half, that could very well be the case. That's very popular on your super speedways like Talladega and Daytona, coming down one to green to top off on fuel. But you don't normally see it here. A couple did it last night, and I was honestly shocked they were doing it. I never seen it before, and it looks like that might be the case with the 70.
Definitely a different strategy. We know he's got almost 100 laps left in this race. Wants to go back green to work his way up to the front. But with that aside, the lights are out. Looks like Sturgill is going to choose the inside. It's going to put Cogswell on the outside. Cogswell sitting way back for this restart right now. Sturgill already has a car length advantage over him coming to the restart zone.
Green flag is waving.
Yeah, I don't know what the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell was doing right there. He should have been up there with the leader.
Well, look at Sturgill Jr. way out in front from Steve Tucker, Jonathan Cogswell, Ryan Patty. Then you have Scott Fritz and Cedric Hunter. I believe Cedric Hunter's on 4 fresh tires. But he's kind of pinned in right there. Can't make a move. Oh, Fritz got a little tight there. Went up a little bit. Almost made contact with Cedric Hunter. But there's Ryan Patty in the 30 machine. Came down, took fuel only. Currently running in 4th. To the outside of Jonathan Cogswell. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. He makes the pass for 3rd. Now he has Zyset on the 24, Steve Tucker. Now you gotta wonder, the 2 up front did pit. Ryan took fuel only, but he looks pretty darn fast.
Ryan does definitely look fast. It's looking like these cars, as the gets later in the race and the sun is starting to set. We don't have lights here, I don't believe. Bryce can probably correct me if I'm wrong, but it is still getting later. The track is starting to cool down. It might be coming into some of these drivers' favor to run slightly older tires and have that higher grip, as Ryan Patty now takes over the lead right around the outside of Michael Sturgill. The first car on fresh tires right now is going to be Cedric Hunter. He's sitting in 5th. It doesn't look like he's even able to gain any ground right now on the older tire cars in front of him.
As you say that, you talk about Ryan Patty in the 30 car. He just ran the fastest lap of the race on no tires and a full tank of fuel. That is very interesting what it's going to come down to at the end of this race.
Well, BJ, look, there is the temperatures on the right-hand side of your screen.
Track temp at 86 degrees. That is a fairly cool temperature. And it does look as though we're looking to get cooler out there right now, as the air temperature is only 79 degrees. So it's just going to keep getting cooler as the race goes on. These cars are going to continue to grip up more and more. I do believe it's going to allow these guys to save their tires more and have those faster cars on the older tires, as we see right now from Ryan Patty. I think it's only going to get faster, Bryce.
Yeah, absolutely. Eventually, they're going to start slipping up here, and these new fresh tires are going to come and eventually overtake them here. But yeah, Ryan Patty right now is flying, especially with that fuel no tires. But back to your point about the lights. Atlanta does have lights, but I don't know if the session will turn them on. I know last night they did not. The Truck Series they did not. So that's ultimately what the server decides. But yeah, again, Ryan Patty right now, he is flying right now. Looks like Cedric Hunter is still holding ground in 5th place. It's like he took, he's a first car with 4 sets of Goodyear tires. So he hasn't really made any ground yet on the restart, but he might be still saving here.
Well, with Ryan Patty coming out, we saw Scott Fritz right behind him. Took fuel only. He started the first 3 rows, and he's fallen back all the way to 17th position.
Yeah, that's the double-sided coin right there. You can go one of 2 ways. You can either do what Ryan Patty did and regain the lead or gain the lead. Then you have Scott Fritz on the other side of that coin, falling back all the way to 18th after starting, I believe, 3rd or 4th.
Well, BJ Johnson Cogswell started on the outside in the restart. The car coming back to life, and actually they're chasing down Ryan Patty.
Yes, they are. Ryan Patty looks like his tire set is now starting to fall off. It's the last time he took tires would have been on the first stage on lap number 30. I believe it was lap number 34 the last time he pitted. He's on extremely old tires right now. In turn, so is Jonathan Cogswell. Cedric Hunter, his tire is now starting to play a big factor as he's on fresh tires. He's worked his way up into 3rd in that 71 machine, trying to get around these drivers up there in front of him.
As you're on board with Michael Sturgill Jr., currently sitting in 6th spot, looking to the inside to Steve Tucker. That's a battle for 5th and 6th on track. Give it to Michael, that 5th spot, as they go into turn number 1 here in Atlanta. And it looks like we have a battle for the race lead up front. Cedric Hunter, your new race leader.
Yeah, it was just a matter of time before the Ryan Patty's tires start to fall off and Cedric Hunter start waking up. That's exactly what we just saw. Cedric Hunter's tires warmed up. He got him temp, and he's storming right from 5th to 1st in less than a lap. That was an insane drive by Cedric Hunter.
And not only by Cedric Hunter, but Mikey Neal as well is now starting to work his way up through in the number 8 machine. He's sitting in 3rd right now. He restarted, I believe it was in 6th or 7th after the last restart. He's up 14 spots to good right now, Steven, looking good for a podium finish.
Definitely he is. Cedric Hunter coming out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Let's do it one more time. Let's crank it up at the start-finish line. All right, lap 81 in the books. Cedric Hunter leading on lap number 82. Way out in front, there is Mikey Neal Jr. in 2nd to 8 machine. Ryan Patty has fallen back to 3rd. And there's Gabriel Ellison in 4th. Everybody's wondering, what about your stage winner? Where is he? Aaron Smith. He's currently in that 10th position after topping off with gas before going back to green. Oh, Mo Abbott there got a little loose in the quad oval entering it.
So, dude, that is something very easy to do, but going back to the conversation of Aaron Smith, he just makes a move now on Mo Abbott to take that 8th position away. Aaron Smith restarted it, I believe it was 19th from that last restart after going down to take that 2nd top off of fuel. He is making light work of this traffic coming right up through this field like it's just a Sunday drive for him.
Cedric Hunter continues to lead as we're on lap number 84.
As I'm watching lap times here, Aaron Smith right now is the fastest car on the track in that 8th position. Cedric Hunter right now, he is still running a fantastic race. He has a 1 second gap on Mikey Neal Jr., but don't count out Aaron Smith. He is coming and coming in a hurry.
I'm actually... Nope, I'm looking at the wrong time. I was going to say, I'm actually going to prove you wrong.
You didn't prove nothing, did you?
Nope. Gabriel Ellison was not faster. I thought for a second there he was. He is running 31. That time by he was, in fact, faster than Aaron Smith. But Aaron Smith, once again, as I said, making light work of this field. He has moved his way up into 7th. Now looking on the inside of the number 20 machine of Brandon Zimmerman, trying to take that 6th spot away already.
As we're looking, that's the battle right there for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th on the board. Aaron Smith making his way up there, taking his time.
I'm still very impressed on how Ryan Patty's able to keep up with these cars right now. That is absolutely insane. We have all these tires, all these cars besides Sturgill and Patty all have 4 fresh tires, and them two able to stick it out and still battle with these 4 fresh tires behind them is insane. Great to watch.
Because he's screaming right now, burn, baby, burn. Talking about that, talking about that rubber. He's trying to get that. He's trying to get his rubber to stick to the track really well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The hotter it is, hopefully it just absorbs the track a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know what to think it could be, but he's trying. He's making it work. But
these guys on older tires, I was always told it was illegal to burn tires. Well, they're burning the crap out of them here tonight, running long runs on a track on these old tires.
Aaron Smith on the inside of Ryan Patty takes over that 4th position. Cedric Hunter continues to lead in the 71. There's the gap from 1st to 2nd. Mikey Neal Jr. in the 8 machine, currently in 2nd. There's Gabriel Ellison. And then, way back there, you see the yellow car. That's Aaron Smith in the 4th place.
Our top 4 cars right now running relatively similar times. Aaron Smith actually still a 10th quicker than the top 3. So he sits up in 4th now, absolutely flew through the field. Now he's got clean air in front of him to try to catch up to Gabriel Ellison. There's still a 2-second gap between him and Ellison. But there's one thing that could really come into play against Aaron Smith right now. He did a lot of diving, a lot of running high side moving all over the track. That's going to wear his tires out faster than these guys that are up in front of him right now, just able to cruise. It's going to play a massive, massive factor in this race later on, I think.
Cruise? There's cruise control in these things?
Well, some of these drivers look like it.
It does look like Michael Sturgill Jr. is starting to come down pit road. It's like he is done and enough with these getting past. He wants these clean, fresh 4 Goodyear tires and get full of fuel here. He wants to get back in this race.
Right now, you look at Brandon Zimmerman in the 20. Look to the inside of the 48 of Bo Abbott. 2 by 2 there. Down the back straightaway, down 3 wide. Look at Hop Huffman in that in the middle of a 3 wide situation. Has to get off the gas. Oh, it's getting tight.
Yeah, I was pinching one off right there. That was incredibly tight, and that was a very big boy move by the 4 of Alex Huffman right there. That was absolutely a beautiful drive, and Hart kind of stopped there for a second, kind of skipped a beat.
Well, Steve, one of the things you like to mention there, I hope he brought an extra change of fire suit, because I know I just about needed it there, just sitting there watching the car on the inside coming up, the car on the outside coming down. It got extremely tight for him. Looking on back now, though, at the 30 car of having a total brain fart.
Ryan Patty and the 80 machine of Ryan Campbell. Pair of Ryans there. That's a battle for 6th and 7th on the back straightaway. Right behind them, there's Mo Abbott in the 48 machine. Mikey Neal battle for second on the outside of Ellison. Ellison tried to take it going in turn 1. He takes over second. Mikey Neal Jr. at 14 spots. The only driver up double digits here right now since the start of the race. On lap number 94 of 160, you're watching the Scotts Turf 251 live on Ultimate Dirt TV. I feel like when it's quiet, I got to play the Jeopardy music. Cedric Hunter's way out in front.
As you were talking about the sponsors or this race, we do have some drivers in pit road right now. We got the 48 of Mo Abbott and the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell, both down pit road as we speak.
Mikey Neal Jr. not giving up very easily. Excuse me. Over Gabriel Ellison. Still battling for that second spot there.
Yeah, is he going to make the passes like he will going into turn number 1? That is a ballsy move, diving in hard like that, especially trying to save these tires right here. But these two have been battling for quite a few laps now, and that just allows Cedric Hunter to keep pulling away. He's now up to a 2.5 second gap on the 8 of Mikey Neal Jr. and the 77 of Gabriel Ellison.
Cedric Hunter set fairly quiet a lot of this race on the number 71 machine. It just absolutely gone right now, showing these drivers, hey, this is what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be out here in front. Looking on back into 4th place of Aaron Smith. Aaron Smith has slowed down drastically as he is a tenth slower than Cedric Hunter that last time by. Still faster than Ellison and Mikey Neal Jr., but he's not up there in that battle with them. They're out there all by themselves.
Well, you know, start of the race, David Farmer farmed some grass on the quad oval there. He's made his way back up into that 5th position. And right behind him is Ryan Campbell in the 80. Then Ryan Patty. He's fallen back to 7th spot after bringing us to the green in the last segment. As we're on lap number 98 here at Atlanta.
Drivers are now starting to call out their pit stops. I did not catch who that was. There's Mo Abbott coming back out on track from pit side right now. You know, Steve, you were talking about the 80 car of Ryan Campbell being up there in 6th. He was involved in a wreck earlier and actually claimed the caution, had to restart at the rear of the field after contact between him and Mo Abbott. He's made an excellent comeback. More cars starting to call out their pit stops, Ryan Patty being one of them. He's down pit road now.
And the 71 of Cedric Hunter did call out his pit road as well as he dives down pit road right now. It looks like he's going to take 4 fresh tires and get full of Sunoco Racing fuel.
Mikey Neal Jr. also falling down pit road. And there, oh, the 80. That is
Ryan Campbell.
Ryan Campbell going sideways down the pit road. He was, you know, in dirt racing, we say dig it deep and sell it cheap when they're in the low line there. He was digging something to try to get that car straightened back out as Gabriel Ellison is your race leader, and with Aaron Smith in 2nd in the 70 machine.
31s around and hit the inside wall on the pit road entry as well. A lot of reason these drivers are spinning out and going into the pit road.
Oh, the 88.
Wow. These drivers right now, they are fighting these cars on the entry on pit road. The reason they're fighting like this is because the transition from the turn 4 banking into the flat is very abrupt. And also these cars run very low brake bias, which means that all the brakes are pushed toward the rear of the car. So when you hit the brakes, it locks up the rears and gets the rears light and spins them around.
Aaron Smith in the hip pocket of the 77, Gabriel Ellison. Ellison, your race leader on lap 102. 65 laps to go here. The Scotts Turf 251. You're watching the Bluegrass Cup Series live at Atlanta on Ultimate Dirt TV on many streaming platforms. As you look right here, the 77 Gabriel Ellison looking to come down pit road along with Aaron Smith. Oh, they lock it up there. Smith looked a little loosey there in the rear end.
Yeah, as I was saying, the same thing almost bit the 70 and the 77 too. But also, with them locking up like that, I'm curious to see if they did in fact get a speeding penalty. So keep an eye on that when they come back on the track.
Michael Sturgill Jr. in that third spot. He's coming out of turn number 4 down the quad oval. He will be your new race leader here at Atlanta on lap 103. Steve Tucker in second. A little further back, there's the 71 of Cedric Hunter. There's the 88 making his way back on track. Down the back straightaway. Justin Winters, he's now in 20th position after having some problems on pit road.
Quick little confirmation of Aaron Smith. I'll be extremely surprised if the race officials did not black him, the virtual race officials here, as at the line he was doing 60 miles an hour at the green cone for pit entry. The pit road speed is 45 miles an hour, so he's 15 miles an hour over the speed limit entering the pits. Be very surprised if the 70 team does not take a massive blow here and have to go back down pit road.
Well, I know this. Barney, the iRacing flagman, does not want any pit crew come to the flag stand and cause confrontation.
Well, I would say that is true.
Yeah, that is very true, but sometimes race officials have to deal with that controversy, and that's what we love about this sport, huh? I'm sure, Dirt, you have, and even in real life, people come into race control and employees of the track want to cause issues.
No, never.
We don't ever have that problem at all on the Dirt side. It is a very peaceful, kind, great community. They all get along. Oh, okay, Steve, I'm done with the last. Let's move on.
Well, I can tell you this. I don't believe Aaron Smith got a black flag or anything like that because he's still on the racetrack, currently running in the 9th position. Gabriel Ellison right above him, currently running 8th. There's Scott Fritz in 7th. Jonathan Cogswell in 10th. Ryan Patty in 5th. There's Mikey Neal. Steve Tucker in 3rd. Michael Sturgill Jr. in the 17 machine, currently running 2nd. And then, way out in front, it's Cedric Hunter.
I'm really surprised there that the 70 of Aaron Smith did not get a penalty there. With 15 miles an hour over the speed limit. That is kind of head-scratching with iRacing servers, but I guess he got caught a break, and see if he gets the win here. Well,
I know this. I can tell you this. Barney does not want to break a flag, okay? He got to use that flag at some point throughout the night, so definitely he does not want to do that. Thank you, John, for tuning in. Cedric Hunter way out in front here. Michael Sturgill Jr. in 2nd. Mikey Neal in 3rd. Ryan Patty, Steve Tucker, your top 5. Cedric Hunter, you got to think, right now he's sitting really good if he can just keep it up. And now you look at the 77 of Justin Winters. Justin Winters is trying to get one of his laps back, and he's going to try to earn it the hard way.
Yeah, Justin Winters definitely, he's going to have to earn it the hard way. It's not looking like we're going to get a caution anytime soon. Cedric Hunter right now sitting up there in front in the 71 machine. His best finish of the season is 5th, and he's setting up pretty right now to get his first win of the season. Michael Sturgill Jr. in 2nd, looking to get his 2nd one of the season. And on back, the 2 cars that were the class of the field the majority of the night, Gabriel Ellison and Aaron Smith, those drivers have got a lot of work ahead of them to try to get caught back up. Everybody on fresh tires now, everybody running fairly close to the same amount of wear on their tires, as it's going to make it extremely difficult for these two to get up there to the front.
On board with Hunter there. There you see Winters out the back there. Well, I was trying to get the view of the driver. They must have took that one out for tonight. See if
That's
Cedric's
a shame. I
got
like that camera.
right. We want to see if Cedric's like sweating or anything. You know.
Only these real drivers have webcams on their setup to see if they actually really are or not. 'Cause usually when I race like this, I'm sweating. So
Well, I will tell
I'm
you
sure everyone
this.
else is.
There is a program with SDK where you could actually do the cams with the drivers. It just costs a little bit more. A little bit more programming.
Something I don't want to do. There is. I know a few broadcasters that do it, and I also know the struggles with bandwidth whenever it's done. It can get a little bit finicky, so it's not something I personally would want to venture into, but it would definitely be neat to see.
Hunter out front still with Mikey Neal Jr., Ryan Patty, Michael Sturgill Jr., and Gabriel Ellison, your top 5. In 6th position, you see Aaron Smith, Steve Tucker, Alex Huffman, Scott Fritz, and Jason Bridges, your top 10 here in Atlanta as we're coming to complete. Actually, we already completed lap number 113 as we're on lap number 114 as your leader comes out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. And there is Mikey Neal Jr. Oh, that car got a little loose there off of 2.
Yes, it did. He did a good job recovering. These cars are not easy cars to recover whenever they get loose like that, but he's still holding on to it. He's still running. He's getting pushed by the lap car, the 31 of Brandon Holder. And it looks like they're going to put another car a lap down. That's going to be the 19 of Chris Blanchard. He's currently on the lead lap, but not for long. Actually, that's our second place driver, so he's already a lap down, actually.
Well, Scott Fritz coming down pit road. He thought about it. It's time to make a pit stop. As there's your race leader coming out, turn number 4. Now look out. There's Justin Winters. We said he's going to try and get his lap back the hard way. He is now closed up on your race leader. He looks at the high side at 1 and 2 there. Now ducks it back underneath him. He's going to gain a little bit there. Going in turn number 3. Hunter goes high. Winters stays low.
If I'm Cedric Hunter, I just let him go. I don't fight this. It's not worth burning my tires up for him. I would just let him go. Just stay the high side here. Let him go. It's not worth it.
Definitely got to agree with that. Looks like Winters is trying extremely hard, pushing that car to its limits right now to go around him. It's a little bit surprising when you think about it. Justin Winters is sitting clear back in 19th, 2 laps down at the moment behind Cedric Hunter, and he's showing that much speed right now on fresh tires. Both these drivers only a lap apart on how fresh their tires are.
Well, you look, there it is. The track temp still at 87 degrees as the sun's come out a little bit, but it's still still cloudy. But you see the sun going into turn number 1.
Yeah, I don't think Cedric Hunter there knew that Justin Winters was a lap car. The way he was fighting and battling like that, I don't believe that he knew he was a lap car at all.
There's Mikey Neal Jr. As we look at, let's see here, the lap times between Hunter and Neal. Neal was quickest on lap 115 and 116. Hunter was quicker on lap 117.
Yeah, even though that the 8 of Mikey Neal Jr. is a little bit faster right now, it still looks like the 71 on Cedric Hunter is still able to pull away here. So I'm still curious to see with that fight with the 8-8 of Justin Winters, how Cedric Hunter is able to use his tires and how he was able to save him or not.
I know if I'm Cedric Hunter in this position that he's sitting in with nearly a 5-second lead over Mikey Neal Jr., I'd be sitting back, I'd be relaxing, knowing I've got that cushion. I'd be saving my tires and fuel as much as I could, making that car last as long as possible. try to just get a splash and go towards the end of the race. Looking a little bit further back, we're on board now with Gabriel Ellison. He's worked his way back up into the top 3, bringing Aaron Smith right along with him.
Ellison looking to the inside of the 19. That is Chris Blanchard already a couple laps down. Right ahead of him is the 99. That is Kyle Hardy. Ellison in that 3rd spot. Now you can hear when he let off the gas going in the turn. Now he's getting back on it. Kind of neat to hear that, where you can kind of see how the drivers are pacing, as now he looks to the inside of the 99 of Kyle Hardy.
Well, BJ and Steve, now that we are a little less than 40 to go, who is your ones to watch tonight?
Our ones to watch?
Right there.
Everyone.
You know what I mean. Who are you picking to win this race tonight?
Who am I picking? I mean, this is the thing. I mean, Aaron Smith's back up to 4th. He won last weekend. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, he's made it back up to 4th. If I was in Vegas and I was going to bet on somebody, I probably had to put some money on Aaron Smith, because he's putting heavy pressure on Gabriel Ellison right there. But who knows? BJ, who's yours?
I don't really know who to pick. I'm going to have to go with one of those two. You know, but the last 2 times I picked somebody, the last 2 races this week in the trucks and the Xfinity, if I remember correctly, neither one of those 2 trucks finished, or neither one of those 2 drivers finished the race. So I don't think I should pick.
Well, speaking of this, though, next week we go dirt track racing. And BJ, that's on our home turf, dirt track.
Yes, it is. I cannot wait. Starting Monday, the trucks will hit Bristol Dirt, followed by Tuesday, the Xfinity.
They'd be at
We're at Iowa.
Iowa.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Only the trucks and the Cup cars will be at Bristol Dirt next week. The Xfinity cars will be at Iowa Speedway.
how about that? I did not catch that. But you are right, and I am surprised. All right, well, 2 of our cars are going to hit the dirt side, and, man, I just wish I was out there on track with them, to be honest with you.
Well, I can tell you this, 11 drivers are on the lead lap as we're on lap 125 here in Atlanta. Your race leader currently is Cedric Hunter, Gabriel Ellison. And there is Aaron Smith. Smith now up to 3rd. Mikey Neal Jr. has fallen back to 4th. And like I said, I mean, it's hard not to bet your money on Aaron Smith right now.
You're really not wrong on that in any way, shape, or form. Aaron Smith has been the class of the field all night long. Right now, he's tucked in there with Gabriel Ellison. They're just working to run down Cedric Hunter right now. Cedric Hunter just over 4 seconds ahead of them. He had nearly a 5-second lead over Mikey Neal Jr. Now that Mikey Neal Jr. is falling back to 4th, Ellison and Smith have worked into 2nd and 3rd. Smith's not going to take 2nd away from Ellison around the outside. Those 2 drivers are running him down little by little right now, as well, that little battle right there allowed Cedric Hunter to get back to a 4.5-second lead.
Well, BJ, there's the times.
And I just get over the radio that the 71, the leader, Cedric Hunter, is coming down pit road right now.
Oh!
Come on, baby, get rolling, get rolling.
Oh, we got more going. Who was that?
What just happened? Is that the 4 of Alex Huffman right there? Seems slow on track.
He is slow on track. Let's see.
My curious here, BJ. Do you think that any of these drivers right now are pitting at lap 128? That leaves 40 laps to go here tonight. Do you think these drivers are going to pit one more time? Or are they people are going to have to start saving?
Those guys that are pitting right now, I'm going to have to say they are going to have to pit. Alex Huffman was one of the drivers. It looks like that.
There's the replay. And, well, no, it wasn't Huffman. He was slowing down. Who was,
It was
that?
Kyle Hardy. The 99 of Kyle Hardy is sitting in the grass right there.
That's what happened. We saw one. That's the reason why Alex Huffman was slow to track. But Aaron Smith continues to lead here in Atlanta with 37 laps to go.
But back on subject what we were talking about, I do believe those guys that are heading down pit road right now are going to have to pit one more time. It's going to be extremely difficult for those guys to make it. Mikey Neal Jr.'s setting up the pit this time by Aaron Smith, Gabriel Ellison. I think they're going to be in a good spot to be able to run longer. They've done it several times throughout this race. If they can just get another 5 laps from where we're at now, they should be able to make it to the end of the race. Aaron Smith got a little bit squirrely there out of turn number 4. It's still able to hold on to it. His tires are starting to get old, starting to get a little bit more difficult to drive. Those two drivers, if they can hold out and just pit one more time later in the race, it's going to play heavy into their hands.
Right now, third place is Jason Bridges. Ahead of him is Ellison and Smith. Mikey Neal Jr. to pits. There is Matt Grenier in fourth. Cedric Hunter coming to the quad oval there. He will take over that 5th position. Looking to the inside of the 99 of Kyle Hardy. He has a lot of ground to make up right now as Smith continues to lead on lap number 132.
Yeah, the 17 of Michael Sturger right now is 8 laps down. Looks like he did drop earlier in the race due to packet loss. So he has, unfortunately, his night came to an end under not his own accord. So unfortunate for the 17. He was strong tonight, and I hope he has better luck next week at Bristol Dirt.
Definitely, with the updates, it's hard. It's hard. These servers, it's like a luck of a draw if you get kicked or not, especially during the updates, and try to get them just right for a regular season.
Definitely, I think luck of the draw is the best way to put it, Steve. Something to think about right now. Only our top 5 drivers of Aaron Smith, Gabriel Ellison, Cedric Hunter, Ryan Patty, and Matt Grenier. Only those drivers are on the lead lap. And as I say that, Matt Grenier heads down pit road, and he is now a lap down. If these drivers up in the top 4 can last long enough to stay on the track and only have to pit one time, and right about 2 laps at that mark to only have to pit one more time, most of these drivers that are a lap down are going to end up remaining a lap down at the end of this race, as they're more than likely going to have to pit a second time.
Well, we know you can go 30 laps and run out of gas. We know that from the first stage break. So, if you're Aaron Smith, do you make it where you're inside 30 laps to go before you make your final pit stop?
Absolutely.
Oh! There was...
That was close.
Who was that? Matt Grenier there in the 15. Almost spun it out coming on the track. But going back to my question with Aaron Smith.
Absolutely. I try to stay out here. If I was Aaron Smith right now, I try to stay out as long as I possibly can. As I'm speaking right now, the 70 of Aaron Smith is coming down pit road this time. He will be able to make it to the end of this race with 2 laps to save.
Well, you're looking at Cedric Hunter. He will have to come in and make one more pit stop. So this, like I said earlier, it's hard not to put your money on Aaron Smith. As you see him come down pit road, so's Gabriel Ellison. Those 2 drivers.
I'm going to have to go against the grain here. It's getting later in the race. I'm going to have to go with Cedric Hunter just to go against the grain.
You stole my pick.
Well, things could happen. We can have a late race caution, which could even the field. Right?
Right. And you know what? I'm gonna fight back on that. I'm gonna go the 30 of Ryan Patty. Just throw a wild card out there. He's been strong all night. He ran the fastest lap on older tires, and we're gonna come out of the race where tires are probably gonna be a factor here. So I'm really excited to see how Ryan Patty finishes this race tonight.
Well, right now you look at Cedric Hunter. He has 4 stops in the evening. Ryan Patty shows 7 stops. There's Aaron Smith. Let's see. Aaron Smith, he's had 5 stops.
Now, one of Aaron Smith's stops, you got to remember, he pitted a second time, twice under caution, just to top off the second time. It started at the tail end of the lead lap, worked his way back up through the field. So one of those stops was just a 5-second stop just to splash fuel into the car and let him get back out there. Cedric Hunter, our current race leader. Our top 5 right now is Cedric Hunter, Ryan Patty, Steven Tucker, Alex Huffman, and Scott Fritz has made his way up into 5th.
Fritz has. He's been battling a lot, you know, these up and downs on these runs. Now, he does good in the Xfinity side. The Cup Series, he runs good for a little bit. He falls back, gets up there. It's all on his pit strategies. And you would think him and his team will have to go start working on that on the Cup side to be a little bit more competitive.
Well, these races in the Cup Series are extremely long. They're a lot longer than I can remember when I raced the Cup Series here. So when you start out strong, fall back to the middle of the pack or whatever, to the middle, you know, beginning middle to the middle stages there. You can make a rebound. There's still a lot of race around at that second stage, as we saw here with 100 laps. That was a full truck race.
There's Gabriel Ellison on track. Ahead of him, going into turn number 1, it's Aaron Smith in that 6th position. And they're coming to the quad oval. That is your race leader, Cedric Hunter. There you see the difference on the track there, where they're at. Now, the key is, when does Cedric Hunter pit?
Cedric Hunter's last pit stop was on lap number 127. Mentioned earlier, these guys can get, looks like from what we just seen, a maximum of about 35 laps on their fuel. So with that in mind, Cedric Hunter's next pit stop, I'm going to say, is probably going to be right around lap 150. So he's still got 17 laps to try to push his way to the end.
Well, BJ, would you want to split this last 30 laps in half and go 15-15 and get a fresh set of tires, or would you want to go sand it out with 10 laps to and they come down and pit just for fuel?
Personally, if I'm sitting in their shoes, I don't feel like 10 laps is going to give them enough. I don't really feel like 15, 17 laps right around that area. I don't feel like that's going to be enough to push the car to the end of the race and make the spots back up.
Remember, there is still one outlier here. There is still a possibility for a caution that can throw a ring into all of what we are saying. So keep that in the back of your mind, that cautions are still possible.
Very good point.
Scott Fritz coming down pit road. Scott looking to make a top 10 tonight. Hunter, Patty, Huffman, Tucker, and Smith and Ellison. Neal, Fritz, Cogswell, and Grenier, your top 10 here at Atlanta.
The leader, the 71 of Cedric Hunter, did come over the radio, so I'm trying to see if he is coming down pit road or not. I think he was letting this car in front of him by.
Well, he's probably going to go another lap around, that's for sure. You know, in dirt track, you got to learn how to sing if you're going to announce. You do know that, right, Bryce?
To sing?
Yeah, you got to practice singing.
You don't want to hear me singing. It sounds like yelling on the chalkboard.
As we're watching Cedric Hunter, waiting for him to come down pit road.
It's only a matter of time before Ryan, Patty both have to come down pit road. Aaron Smith, Gabriel Ellison, those guys have closed the gap down from nearly 20 seconds gap between them and Cedric Hunter. They've closed it down to 12 seconds between them and Cedric Hunter. They're moving right now, trying to get back up there. Cedric is going to have to. Ryan Patty's just called out. Ryan Patty in second spot has just called out a pit stop this time by.
And these next stops are going to be absolutely crucial in the pavement world. We call them the money stop. And it looks like the 30 of Ryan Patty, unfortunately, may have spun there. But
Well, he
these
did
cars-
spin. He saved it. He just dropped his change on the floor.
Well, there you go. He did end up spinning there, but like I was going back to saying, these next stops, no matter if they're going to be green flag stops or they're going to be caution stops, these are what in the pavement world we would call. I just lost the word. Dang it. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. Yeah, these are going to be crucial pit stops here.
Cedric,
Money stop. There it is. Money stop.
the money stops. Cedric Hunter in the 71 out front, but look at here. There is Aaron Smith in second. There's Cedric Hunter coming out turn number 4. Aaron Smith is going into turn number 3. We already know Hunter has to make a pit stop. Smith
Hey.
does not.
Cedric Hunter just called out his pit stop.
As you see it there, Hunter coming out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It's Hunter, Smith, Ellison, Tucker, and Neal, your top 5. Cogswell in 6th.
And if I'm Cedric right now, I cannot spin here. I have to clean in, clean out, do my stop, make sure I have no penalties at all. Get in, get out.
There's Aaron Smith taking over the race lead with 18 to go here in Atlanta. The Scott's Turf 251 live on Ultimate Dirt TV. There's Cedric Hunter going to his pit stall.
I do believe that stop with Cedric Hunter going down pit road is going to put it in the bag for Aaron Smith unless a caution comes out or Smith makes a massive mistake. I do believe that's going to wrap it up for Aaron Smith. He's out to a 3-second lead over Gabriel Ellison. See him there just now coming out of turn number 4 while the 70 is going through the quad oval right now.
I'm curious to see how Aaron Smith is saving right now. He pit on a lap 136. That's roughly right around 30 to go. So I'm curious to see if he's saving it all, just having a little extra to the tank just in case we have a couple cautions, or if he's going full forward to the floor.
Well, there's the driver input on the right hand of the screen. The little arrows, or not arrows, the little lines going up. That's when he's
Off the gas.
off the gas. Uh-oh.
We're good. The one thing that's really surprising me with Aaron Smith, looking at his wheel input, it actually looks as though he is running a shorter steering ratio than what most do. He's got very little wheel input. Most of these drivers around the track, you probably would see them at about a 45-degree lock to the left going around the turns. Smith almost looks like that wheel staying straight throughout most of the track.
Well, let's look at Gabriel Ellison's input. Look at his steering wheel. How much he's turning there in the turns. Coming off the turns.
It's like he was counter steering there, which that means he was going the other way than what he was trying to turn the wheel. Of course, you guys know that. You're dirt guys. What am I saying?
Not a lot of wheel input from him either. Maybe I've been doing it wrong all this time in the next-gen car. But
Pretty neat when you get to see the input of the drivers, what they're doing inside the rig. But there's Aaron Smith coming out of turn number 4. 13 laps to go here at Atlanta. Smith, Ellison, Neal, Hunter, Cogswell, Fritz, Huffman, Grenier, Terry, and Tucker, your top 10.
right now, still on the lead lap, it's only your top 5 of Aaron Smith, Gabriel Ellison, Mikey Neal Jr., Cedric Hunter, and Jonathan Cogswell. Everybody from 6th place on back is 1 lap or more down. Take a look a little bit further back. That's the 4 car of Alex Huffman battling side by side with the lap car of Mo Abbott. Scott Fritz right there in front of him still.
Fritz, and then we saw the 88 of Justin Winters. He must have really got loose off that turn because he went all the way to the inside wall, allowed those drivers to get around him. Then he entered back onto the track. But meanwhile, there's your second place of Gabriel Ellison. And there is Scott Smith out of turn number 4, coming to 11 to go this time.
And Aaron Smith has grown his lead out to 4.1 or 4.2 seconds now, so he is driving away from the 77 Gabriel Ellison.
One thing that we know, you were talking earlier about the lap that he pitted on and took fuel. We watched prior to that pit stop, Aaron Smith ran, it was right around 33 laps on his fuel. So if Aaron can do it again, that'll put him in excellent position to win this race on fuel and not have to worry about it. We got more cars getting ready to come down pit road, but Gabriel Ellison still now 4.5 seconds behind. He's falling back even further.
And there's Cedric Hunter in 4th with 10 laps to go. And there's Aaron Smith. So Hunter exiting turn number 4, Smith going into turn number 3. As you do see couple drivers coming down pit road. Brandon Zimmerman in the 20 machine.
I believe Jonathan Cogswell is in fact showing a lap down as well, which means only the top 4 cars on the lead lap. Just absolutely unprecedented here tonight. These guys absolutely just flying here.
Well, there you see it on the board. Your top 4. Look at Ellison in that second spot there. A little over 4 seconds behind your race leader is Smith. Then Neal's 13 seconds and Hunter is 23 seconds behind.
As long as nothing happens, the 70 of Aaron Smith will have this race in the bag. Outstanding and dominant performance tonight.
Try to go back-to-back wins here with the Bluegrass Cup Series. One last week at Texas. Now we go to Bristol. It's hard not to put your eyes on the one machine of Scott Fritz. We know he knows dirt track racing.
Absolutely, he does. Let's see a quick turn of events. Jonathan Cogswell and Mikey Neal Jr. both down pit road now. That only leaves 3 cars left on the lead lap once it cycles around. And right there it is. Smith, Ellison, and Hunter, the only cars left on the lead lap. Those 3 cars should be able to make it to the end from where they're at right now. And it is all the Aaron Smith Show from Hollywood, South Carolina.
Well, one thing Aaron can brag about, he's in Hollywood right now.
That he can.
Coming to 5 to go for Aaron Smith. Look at the gas is totally off there, off the gas in 1. Now he starts to get on it a little bit, lightly.
I don't know, Steve. I think if Aaron Smith keeps up this momentum here in the Bluegrass Cup Series, I think we might have to start calling him Hollywood Aaron Smith.
Well, you could. You could.
I hope you guys can confirm this for me, but if Aaron Smith were to win tonight, wouldn't he be our first 2-time winner this season?
He would.
Yes, he would. Winners on the season as we go down to 4 laps to go. Week number 1, Garrett Pick. He is not here tonight. Michael Sturgill, he had a misfortunate disconnection in week number 2 at Auto Club. And then last week, Aaron Smith coming home with the win, looking like he's going to do it again here tonight.
Going down the quad over there. There comes the 3 laps to go. Barney the iRacing flagman. He's getting ready to show those popsicle sticks next time by. In case you didn't know, that's a dirt track term, Bryce.
Popsicle sticks.
That's right.
It is in fact a dirt track term. So what the popsicle sticks means, I don't think I've ever actually seen it on the asphalt side, but they hold two flags straight up, side by side, furled up still, and they show them to the drivers and they say,
Aaron Smith enters turn number 3 for the final time. He is the most dominant racer out this evening. He won last week. He won this week. The 70 of Aaron Smith wins the Scotts Turf 251 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
There comes across the line to 77 of Gabriel Ellison. Taking home second there out of turn number 4. Your third place finisher tonight, Cedric Hunter. Alex Huffman looking to try to come home in 4th. Actually, he does come home 4th with Steve Tucker in 5th.
what a run here tonight by Aaron Smith. Absolutely impressive laps all the way up to 3rd place on the track. There you see it. Tonight's final results. Aaron Smith coming home with a win for Satellite Racing Team in the number 70. And then it's going to be Gabriel Ellis and Cedric Hunter, your top 3. Alex Huffman, Stephen Tucker, Scott Fritz, Mikey Neal Jr., Ryan Patty, Matt Grenier, and David Farmer, your top 10.
Coming home in 11th be Jonathan Coxwell, Ryan Campbell, Chris Blanchard 13th, 14th Brian Terry, Bo Abbott at 15th, 16th be Brandon Zimmerman, 17th Justin Winters, 18th Brandon Holder, 19th will be Kyle Hardy, and 20th Michael Sturgill Jr.
And 21st, we got Jason Bridges. 22nd, Gary Carico. And 23rd, we got Riley Dunn. 24th, Joey Doucette. And finishing 25th, Landon Huffman. And rounding out the field in 26th, Garrett Hick.
All right. Let's see here. Let's see if we get some post-race interviews here. As we're still waiting. While we're waiting for them, let's go ahead and thank the fine sponsors here for the Bluegrass. It's Roasted Jim's Coffee, Kinder Performance, Butt Kicker, Blanchard's Towing, your caution sponsor, Huffman Designs, and Nitro Racing. That is correct, Tony. Only the top 3.
And it looks like now we're just waiting on our 3rd place finisher, Cedric Hunter.
Well, let's do this. All right. Ooh, hold on.
Ooh.
Picking up the win tonight in car number 70. We just spoke to you last week in Texas. Win number 2 of the season. It's Aaron Smith. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Well, I was the betting man out of the people of the broadcast. I said if I was in Vegas going to bet, I guess I'll bet on you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to this car after they updated it a couple weeks ago, but it just really started to fit my driving style. So hopefully that'll be able to reflect on the rest of the season as well as tonight.
Well, 2 wins, good points. And, I mean, what's the goal? We're going into Bristol next week. How are you on dirt?
I'm not sure. Haven't tested this thing out yet ever since the update, but if these last couple weeks have been any indication, I think I'll be pretty good. As long as I keep the front end on the car, I think we should have a good performance there as well.
Well, that's one thing, I guess when NASCAR goes to dirt tracks, it's more of you still want to drive it straight, right? And the dirt cars like to throw it in there and everything like that. So probably the first couple laps in Bristol's going to be kind of hairy, and then it'll kind of slim down throughout the rest of the race. But, I mean, tonight, you talk about pit stops. That one, you came down twice under caution at one time. Was you just filling up?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I had enough fuel to make it to the first green flag stop to keep it on keep it up to date with my calculations there at the end because I didn't know if we were going to go green with 100 or 99 laps to go, so I figured I'd try to shoot for the cut it into thirds there.
Awesome. Well, thank those fine sponsors making it all possible, sir.
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the folks at the Bluegrass iRacing Series for putting the show on, and whoever built the setup for making it really good. I like a loose race card. It was pretty tail happy the whole race. So if we get more setups like that, it'll certainly be a pretty good season for me. But I'd also like to thank the folks at Lucky Ducks Motorsports for their support this season, and all y'all for broadcasting and everyone for watching. Looking forward to getting back at it at Bristol.
So what makes the Ducks so lucky?
I'm not sure. We'll see. I think it's the yellow paint on my car that makes my duck pretty lucky, but as for the rest of them, it should be a pretty good season for them as well.
So that is Aaron Smith picking up the win here in Atlanta. All right, well, BJ is caught up with your second place finisher tonight.
That's right. I've caught up here with the 77 machine. The driver of the 77 machine, Gabriel Ellis. And Gabriel, you and Aaron Smith, you guys had dominant cars all night long, and you proved it again by coming home in second here tonight. Walk us through that race a little bit.
Yeah, that put it on the pole and lost the lead off the rip, but I was okay with it. Just hanging out in the front and keeping the car nice and clean, trying to fill the setup out. And in stage 2, it became clear that I could make it on 2 stops in the last stage if it went green. And I think everyone went for 3 stops except Aaron and I. So there's a lot about executing that fuel strategy, a lot of clutching and turning the car off pretty much every corner on that second stint in the last stage. Aaron got around me there, and I went into the pits right behind him. We were going to have even fuel, and I just slid right through my box. So that cost me a shot at competing with Aaron there. But he was class of field on that. Obviously, he swept both stages, so huge shout to him. Great race. But I'm just real happy to bring it home and put the podium. Feel good about it.
Well, it's definitely going to help you out at good points tonight. Not really sure. I have to look back again to see where you're sitting in the points. But how much does this mean to you bringing it home on the podium for having a shot at the Run Championship?
Yeah, it means a lot. You just get some momentum going. Had a rough first couple races, and then last week I think I finished. I can't remember. It's like I think 4th. So a couple good finishes in a row, trending in the right direction. Hopefully that becomes a 1 soon. But just racking up these stage points and put myself in good spots to win. Eventually it'll happen. So.
Well, I can confirm for you that you did finish 4th last week. So you're looking at it right now. So go ahead and thank those fine sponsors that help you get up there and make it all happen.
Yeah, man. A huge thanks to Shady Designs for the beautiful red, white, and blue scheme I got here. And then thanks to RS Button Boxes and, of course, Roasted Gems Coffee, the best coffee on the planet.
Alrighty, well, congratulations again on your second place finish. And I believe Bryce has caught up with our third place finisher, Cedric Hunter.
Cedric Hunter, congratulations on the third place finish tonight. So tell me, people were saying that this setup tonight was really fun to drive. What was your opinion on it?
Yeah, I think that the setup was really it was tight a little bit but loose off, so it really came down to just driver skill and kind of mastering the different types of driving styles that you can have throughout a run. So I would say that as far as the 7 races or so that I've participated in this league, I think that was my favorite one.
Awesome, that's glad to hear. So your strategy tonight, walk me through what you were thinking on that final stint.
I guess I wasn't thinking enough because last week I did exactly what they did, and it got me a top 5 when I had a really badly damaged car, and for some reason this week I decided to do the opposite. I'm not quite sure why. I guess I was expecting a caution or something through the last 100 laps, and then just never came around. So it was an awesome race for my 2 teammates. They were able to maintain pace while still saving. So super impressive, and the fact that we brought it home, not only 1, 2, 3, but the only 3 on the lead lap is pretty crazy.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. So people tell me that you and I are brothers, and I keep telling them that we're not. My last name's Hunter. Your last name's Hunter. So hopefully I can get your luck next week at Iowa. So then go ahead and thank those final sponsors for me and get you on your way.
Yeah, I want to give a huge shout out to you guys for doing the broadcast. I want to thank Lucky Ducks Motorsports for allowing me to come on board this season full time and then race with them. Huge shout out to Roasted Gems Coffee, kind of fueling the series as well as our whole team, and Donors Choose on the car. So they're a wonderful organization and they do a lot of good. So it's a real honor to have them on the car for the majority of the season. So thanks to all the guys that showed up and raced, and to all the fans out there that tune in on a weekly basis.
So I got a question for you, Cedric.
Yeah.
Do you have a duck?
Do I have a duck?
Yeah.
I don't have a duck. I live in the city.
That's the
if
problem.
I lived outside the city, I'd own a duck, and then I'd be a little luckier maybe. But
Right, you got to go to the farmer's co-op somewhere and get one, and have it beside you next week at Bristol. You can win it.
get myself a little lucky duck's foot. I like it.
Yeah. Bryce, back to you.
I like that question. It was funny. Well, Cedric Hunter, congratulations again on the third place finish tonight, and look forward to seeing you at Bristol next week.
Yeah, thank you, and good luck at Iowa. Hopefully I can rub off some good luck on you.
I appreciate it. I need it. Have a good night, Cedric.
You too. Take care.
Well, that's going to conclude our broadcast here for the Bluegrass Cup Series. And he's right. You're going to need some luck. You might need to go buy a duck next week, Bryce. That's for sure.
Man, if...
and pet it while you're driving. Yeah. You're on asphalt. You're not on dirt. You should be able to pet that duck, and you'll be up front, okay? I'm just telling you. I'm a firm believer.
Yeah.
Get a rubber duck put on your car.
Yeah, right. I'll just get little rubber ducks and glue it off to my Logitech steering wheel hub, and we'll call it a day right there. How about that?
Or I could tell you this. If you get one that squeaks, put it in the center, and when a car's in front of you, just start squeaking it.
Just go on the race radio, and after being in your car, just honk the duck, and people don't get out of my way.
Yes. But don't forget, tomorrow night, it's the Bluegrass Pro Late Models at Port Royal. 500 to win live on Ultimate Dirt TV at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Steve McMillan, along with BJ Duvall, Bryce Hunter. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, good night, God bless, and be safe out there.